Cam'ron, one of the most underrated rappers of all time and definitely one of the best of his era. Everything from his innovative fashion taste to his influence through his music has caused him to be a true legend within the rap game. At one point in time, he had everyone wearing pink and purple. He had money, cars, girls, all that came with his success. But one night, this lavish lifestyle he was living almost came to a very, very abrupt end.
If you had seen who shot you, would you have told police?
No.
Why?
Because the type of business I'm in, it would definitely hurt my business. And the way that I was raised, I just don't do that. I was raised differently, not to tell.
They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's why I look in the mirror every morning and realize how fly I am. These are the words from perhaps one of the most flyest and underrated rappers of all time. Him and the rest of Dipset were real innovators in both fashion and music. I really got into Cam'ron's music during my high school days, and obviously growing up, I already heard popular songs like Dipset Anthem, Oh Boy, Hey Ma, etc. But the moment from Cam'ron that really made me a fan was hearing him when he freestyled on Rap City. I'll play it for you right here.
Old 28, old school, I top mine, cop mine, the block fine, Yahtzee, yacht time. I poly with Molly, asked mommy if Sherry could come to the crib. I live in Holly Berry Hood, floors marble, cabinets cherry wood, dishes gem star, another word very good. Speaking of good, I'm good with the semi, blow wood with the Henny in the hood like a Hemi, homie.
Ooh, like, did you hear that? Like, what? Like, y'all gotta put some respect on Cam's pen, for real, for real. I think the thing that I really like about Cam and why I think that he's one of the greatest is how he does like that inner rhyming scheme with his raps. For instance, in this song Get 'Em Girls, he raps, whether Buddhist to Buddha, that's Judas or Judah. I got Luga to Ruga, hit from Ruda to Tuda, chick from Huda to Huda. I put two in producers. I'm the real boss story, the loser of Hoosiers. Like, that's some insane stuff, and he says it just so smooth. It's like God level swag rap, if that even makes sense, but it's also very, very lyrical at the same time. I'm sad I didn't get to experience Cam'ron along with Dipset in their prime because, man, I was born in '01. But from what I had heard from people that was really outside during that time, like, they said that they had the game on lock, including Cam'ron. But before we get into the story of this icon, I'm gonna need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to help the channel out because I would really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into the story of Killa Cam. Killa Cam'ron was born Cam'ron Giles on February 4th, 1976 in Harlem, New York. He went to school at the Manhattan Center for Science and Mathematics, where he met his longtime friends and fellow rappers, Mace and Jim Jones. He was a promising basketball player alongside Mace. Cam'ron was actually nice at basketball back in the day and even was balling at the world-famous Rucker Park, where he was playing people older than him. In high school, Cam'ron was actually a top 25 All-American basketball player, and even claims to have school with the likes of famous basketball players such as Rafer Alston and Stephon Marbury. He went on to lead his high school to the public schools finals in 1992, where he missed a game-winning three-pointer to win. His team lost by 2. Cam'ron got scholarship offers due to his performance on the court, but he was unable to take advantage of those scholarships due to him having poor grades. He enrolled in a college in Texas without even graduating from high school, but soon dropped out and returned to Harlem, where he went back to selling drugs. Yes, I said went back to selling drugs, because according to Cam'ron, he had been dabbling with it since he was 13 or so. When he got back, Mace said that if Cam'ron started rapping, then he would put him on. After that, Mace took Cam to Biggie Smalls' house. Yes, the Biggie Smalls, and Cam literally rapped to Biggie Smalls for 25 minutes straight, and Biggie had to cut him off, and then proceeded to try to get Cam to get signed to him. I forgot to mention that while Cam was rapping, Biggie was literally in the bed with 2 girls. Like, like Biggie was the man, like, he was the man. But sadly, Cam would never sign to Biggie because sometime after that day, Biggie had passed away. Before Biggie passed, though, he reached out to Lance Rivera, and he talked about how he wanted to sign Cam'ron. But now with Biggie dead, Lance still took Biggie on his word and how great Cam'ron was, and Lance signed Cam'ron to his label Entertainment, which was distributed by Epic Records. Also, I forgot to mention that before all this, Cam really got a buzz because he wrote Lil Caesar's verse on the song Crush on You with Lil Kim. Mace gave Cam'ron $5,000 to write 1 or 2 songs for him, and one of those 2 was Crush on You, and to this day, Cam'ron has never seen any residuals from that record. Moving ahead though to when Cam'ron released his debut album Confessions of Fire on July 21st, 1998. The album debuted and peaked at number 6 on the Billboard 200, selling over 107,000 copies in its first week. As of today, it is certified gold, which means it has sold over 500,000 copies. After this album, Cam went on to release his second album named SDE, which stands for Sex, Drugs, and Entertainment. The album was originally titled the Rough album and was set for a 1999 release, but however the project was pushed back to 2000 and many new songs were recorded. The album was finally released on September 19, 2000, while it debuted and peaked at number 14, selling 73,000 copies in its first week. After SDE released, Cam'ron started to learn and understand the music business more and more, and he had someone inside the business telling him what Epic Records wasn't doing for him and what they should be doing for him. Cam called upon his friend Dame Dash to help him get out of his deal, and they worked everything out, and then Cam signed on to Rockefeller Records. Now that Cam was in a new situation and out of his bad deal with Epic Records, he released his third studio album, Come Home With Me, on May 14, 2002. Its 2 singles were Old Boy featuring Joel Santana and Hey Ma featuring Joel Santana, Freaky Zeke, and DJ K Slay. Old Boy held the number 1 spot on the Hot R&B Hip Hop Singles for 5 straight weeks, the number 1 spot on the Hot Rap Tracks, and peaked at number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. The second hit was Hey Ma, which reached number 3 on the Hot 100 and number 8 on the UK singles charts. To date, Come Home With Me is Cam'ron's most commercially successful album. It peaked at number 2 on the Billboard 200 with first week sales of 226,000 copies and eventually sold over 1 million copies in the United States, being certified platinum by the RIAA as of today. My favorite tracks on this album are Intro, Losing Weight Part 2, Old Boy, Welcome to New York City, and The Rock Just Fire. Also in the year 2002, Cam'ron co-starred in the movie Paid in Full alongside Mekhi Phifer and Wood Harris. Cam'ron played the role of Alpo Martinez, the infamous Harlem drug dealer. After the release of this album, Cam'ron was doing a bunch of stuff with his group Dipset, aka the Diplomats, who is arguably one of the most influential rap groups of all time. I really wanted to go more in depth about Dipset in this video, but I just thought that I would just make a completely separate video because that's just a lot of stuff to just put in one video. But tell me if you guys would like me to do that video on Dipset. I already have a bit of the script fleshed out, but y'all gotta let me know if you guys want it or not. I just have like a little bit done, but I can speed up the process if you guys really want me to. On December 7th, 2004, Cam'ron's 4th studio album, Purple Haze, was released. The album debuted at number 20 on the Billboard 200 charts with 123,000 copies sold in its first week. As of today, the album is certified gold. Cam'ron has stated that he believes that this is his best album, and in my opinion, it is. And this album is a classic, top to bottom. It's a shame normally brings this album up in the classic rap album talk. Cam'ron got 2 solo classic albums. Come on, man. Like, come on. And that's just solo. We ain't even gonna get into the whole Dipset stuff. But yeah, like, that's just solo. My favorite tracks from Purple Haze are Intro, Down and Out, Dipset Forever, Killa Cam, and Soap Opera. However, after feeling like the album was poorly promoted and that his projects were not receiving enough attention, Cam'ron requested his release from Rockefeller Records. On April 28, 2005, Cam'ron officially joined the Warner Music Group under the Asylum Records imprint and began to work on what would be his first project to his new label. Later on that year, in the early mornings of October 23, 2005 in Washington, D.C., Cam'ron was the victim of a failed carjacking. Cam was shot in both arms after a Howard homecoming party while waiting at a red light in his royal blue Lamborghini Gallardo with over $200,000 worth of jewelry on. The jackers pulled up alongside Cam in an attempt to take his car. Cam cursed him out and sped off, and then shots rang out. Immediately after being shot, Cam somehow managed to get away and drove himself to Howard University Hospital. In a quote about the shooting, Cam'ron said, "I got shot 3 times and my album comes out November 22nd. It was a sloppy job on their part. they didn't get anything. I still got my car and my jewelry. I'll get a little bit more into that situation a little bit later on in the video. Cam'ron's album did not come out in November, and instead it came out on May 16, 2006 and was named Killa Season. Killa Season sold 114,000 copies in its first week, debuting at number 2 on the Billboard 200. Along with the album, Cam'ron released his first film in which he wrote, directed, and starred in, also titled Killa Season. And this is a certified hood classic for real, man. If you haven't seen it, go check it out on YouTube via the Cinematic TV channel. They have the whole movie up for free if you haven't seen it. My favorite tracks from this album are Living a Lie, Triple Up, Get 'Em Daddy Remix, and You Gotta Love It. Can we all just clap it up and give some appreciation for Hell Rel's verse on Get 'Em Daddy Remix? Like, this dude took a freaking rocket launcher, a bazooka to the beat, and murdered it. Bruh, first off, everybody in that song murdered it. J.R. Ryder, Hell Rel, Cam, but dude, like, they went crazy. But like, yo, seeing the music video when Cam'ron came out in his slang, and then he started spitting lyrics like, I'm Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Bob Backlund, Paul Acton, ha ha, who would think they carjacking? Like, what? Madness. This man talk about getting man. He also said, they mad my car is like an elephant, the trunk in the front. See your dude react, her 6 threw me back, a few they clap, but I ate those, that is just Scooby snacks. Like, this man Cam was going crazy. And he was really sending them shots after the dudes that he got shot by. And we can even get into one of the most underrated diss tracks of all time where Cam was barking on Jay-Z. The track, You Gotta Love It, just has everything. Dope verses, Max B. Bigavelli with the great hooks and an insane beat. Everything was put on the table in this diss. Cam'ron talked about how he had Jay-Z's now wife Beyonce singing about crack on his album SDE, saying that his shooters threw up the infamous Diamond Rock sign after they shot him, saying Jay-Z wasn't the king of New York because he was rocking sandals with jeans, open-toe sandals with chancletas with jeans on, like. And Cam also accused Jay-Z of biting a bunch of Biggie's rhymes, which people have argued about for years and years over, was he biting or was he paying homage? Y'all let me know in the comments below and just debate about, was he paying homage or was he biting? We can debate that. My favorite line in this song is when Cam goes, "We put you underground, clown, they gon' check the cellars. I know he 40 years old, I don't respect my elders." Like, Cam is mad childish, man. This man was ripping Jay-Z, man. I don't respect my elders. On February 1st, 2007, Cam'ron and 50 Cent had a live argument on the Angie Martinez show on Hot 97 Radio. 50 Cent stated that he felt Koch Records was a graveyard, meaning that major record labels would not work with their artists. Cam'ron then jumped on the line and roasted the record sales of G-Unit members Lloyd Banks and Mobb Deep by pointing out that Jim Jones outsold both of their albums despite not being signed to a major label, and also went on to clarify that his group, the Diplomats, had a distribution deal from several labels. There's a video on YouTube by Diverse Mentality, great YouTuber by the way, that really breaks down the beef. Since I don't really want to draw out this video by talking about all of the beefs and stuff like that, I really want to keep it to the music, but go check that out though. After Cam's beef with 50, Cam went on a hiatus for a few years due to his mother suffering 3 strokes, which left her paralyzed on her left side. He moved to Florida with her to set up her rehabilitation and therapy, and stayed there until she had fully recovered. Cam'ron came back in 2009 with his 6th studio album, Crime Page, charting at number 3 on the Billboard 200, selling an estimated 45,000 copies in his first week. Man, my favorite track on here is Get It in Ohio. Like, man, A-Rap Music did his dizzying on that beat, man. Like, I love that song right there. It's pure heat. That beat, go listen to that song you have. That beat though, fire. Let's skip all the way to December 20th, 2019, where Cam'ron released his 7th studio album, Purple Haze 2. To me, this was like a return of form for Cam'ron. Since 2009, Cam was on different records and he was cool or whatever, but many people was missing the old Cam. We always saw flashes and glimpses, but this project right here, them tracks Medellin and KOP, you know, just proved that Cam never left and he still could get busy on you if he really, really wanted to. Speaking of getting busy if he really, really wanted to, in August of 2020, Cam put out a freestyle on social media where he silenced one of his friends for questioning if Cam still had the skills in him. I'll play the clip and you decide for yourself if he still does.
Outside this restaurant, I got a 2-seater spaceship, 200 down, 5 hours, me in 6 different places. And what's up with all the questions, baby girl? Just be gracious, say your grace and be thankful you're in the presence of greatness. I could get you a tummy tuck, fix your butt, maybe a facelift. But you gonna respect the aura down to the turquoise on my Asics now. Guns inside the dressing drawer, all my dog from the reservoir. How you questioning the flow that got me right next to the Escobar? I don't want it, it's too gentrified. I'm from the era of genocide. Bodies are unidentified, alibis are memorized. Guns and money go together, motherfucker, like it's synchronized. Killers at the wake, look in the casket and pretend to cry.
Yo, no lie, Cam was not playing at all. He still got it. He still got it. I don't care what no one says, man. Killa Cam is a true legend. With all that though, this pretty much wraps up the video. What do you guys think of Cam'ron? What's your favorite songs by him and why? And also, what's your favorite album or mixtape and why? Is he truly one of the best rappers ever, or even the most underrated rapper ever? Y'all also got to let me know in the comments on if you guys think I should continue on with that Dipset documentary. Like, that would be hard. Definitely one of, if not my favorite groups of all time. Thank you guys for tuning into the video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to help the channel out. Peace and love, people. Thank you guys for tuning in. Dipset Bird Gang, we out.